Curious if you're like me and have ever questioned what your gifts are or what your purpose is. I know I definitely have. Not sure what I'm meant to do, what God has called me to do, or what my greatest strengths are. And it was great to read 1 Corinthians 12 the other day, just talking about spiritual gifts from the Holy Spirit that basically guide us and allow God to work through us to positively impact others and just make him known. And so, yeah, 1 Corinthians 12 hit on some of those spiritual gifts. I know, I believe Romans 12 hits on it as well. But just a few examples like healing, prophesying, speaking in tongues, wisdom. Basically, just lays out a bunch of spiritual gifts that, who are filled with the Holy Spirit, are able to use, and it's not limited to just one gift like a superpower. Um, there's disciples and apostles who had multiple gifts. But yeah, just good to reflect on that, and just got me thinking about what maybe my gifts are. And I think it's important for us as Christians to really identify and ask ourselves what our gifts are. And that can be hard to figure out. Huh. It's not always super clear. I've questioned my own gifts before, basically what I was created to do, or how I've been called to live and serve. I think a lot of that's been because I've always just longed for other people's gifts while overlooking my own. Um, there's a very eloquent pastor who has a way of giving a really good message, or a public speaker who can speak really well and in a way that relates to a lot of people listening, or someone who's, this is not me, who's like a social butterfly and who can just talk to anyone and make them feel special, and just talk about Jesus with anyone. And that is not comfortable for me at all, and I feel like I'm not very good at it. And maybe I can grow into that, but just, yeah, long for the gifts of other people while discrediting maybe what I'm good at or what my own gifts are. And so just reading that and reading about some of those gifts just made me realize that maybe there's some things that I'm not good at, some things that I haven't been blessed with. That doesn't mean I can't grow into them or that I haven't realized them yet, but it just made me realize that there is some things that I feel like I have been blessed with. And just from reflecting and praying on that, I feel like it's helped me to just lean more into what I've been called to do, how I've been called to serve. And yeah, just realizing it's okay if I'm not like other people. If I don't, the way I serve doesn't look like other people, just finding my own way, serving in a way that I have uniquely been called. I've been uniquely created with my own gifts. And so it's just about leaning into that, identifying what those are, and ultimately using them. Some practical things. First of all, just realizing if you have surrendered your life to Jesus, recognize him as Lord, then the Holy Spirit is within you, and that you have been blessed with gifts as well. It can be hard to feel that or to recognize that. But I think just first of all, just recognizing that's true. Yeah, it can be hard to recognize or feel that the Spirit is within you and that you have those gifts. But if the Spirit is within you, you have spiritual gifts as well. And not everyone is called to serve in the same way. That's okay. We're not all called to be preachers or missionaries. We can serve in our own unique way, serve our neighbor, whoever that is, in a way that God has blessed us with. We're all created unique, and so we're all created for. We were created uniquely, and we were created for a unique and special purpose that's different from anyone else. I think just realizing that goes a long way. But yeah, just recognizing the Spirit within you, the Holy Spirit within you, and then recognizing, just working to identify your spiritual gifts. And that can be hard to do, but just some practical ways, just getting into the Word is a great first step. Just like reading like Acts and just reading the books of the Bible after Jesus came, and all his followers were filled with the Spirit, and some of them were able to heal or prophesy or were very wise or were able to lead other Christians. Just looking at some of the gifts that they had and just seeing what hits home, what ways maybe you can serve. And I think just praying about it, going to God in prayer and just asking him to reveal to you what your gifts are, how you're called to serve, just spending some quiet time with him and figuring that out. And then I think it's helpful to ask the people around you too. That's one way that's helped me to recognize my own gifts, is just taking note of the things people have said to me or asking them what they feel I'm good at or how I've been called to serve. And then those are some helpful steps for identifying it. But then once you identify those gifts, it's on you to actually use them. Look for opportunities around you to use those gifts to serve, and just keeping your eyes open to opportunities around you to serve how you've been called. Just asking God for opportunities to live those gifts out. So recognize that you're gifted, identifying what those gifts are, and then actually using them.